Good evening from Magnus Arena on the University of Denver campus. This is the CHSAA 5A semifinal. Tonight's matchup is the visiting Fort Collins Lambkins, coming in dressed in their dark jerseys trimmed out with purple and gold, and the Valor Christian Eagles in their home whites with Valor across the chest. And we are getting the lineup, so we're going to give it to you for Fort Collins. In goal is going to be Noah Winborn, number 40. He's backed up by Bennett Johnson, number 1. And we're looking at their top line out there right now. And their top centerman is number 12, Riley Lobb. He's got Jason Campos on the right side. He's number 19. Peter Kelly, number 2. Lance Deschler, number 28, is the second line centerman. He's got Tyler Sleds, number 7 on the right-hand side, and Gabe Kramer, number 15 on the left-hand side. Trenton Dobson is number 22. And here we're getting the starting lineup, and it's Lobb's line, but he's got Gabe Kramer with him instead of Peter Kelly. And then on the blue line, we've got Trey Campbell, number 8, and Braden Kerr, number 26, with the Mohawk. And in goal is Noah Winborn. And now we've got Valor. And Carson Lloyd is number 2. Defense, they're announcing them with Simon Tarosi at number 6. And Garrett Coveney, number 9. Number 10 is Jeremy Muir, defenseman, as is number 11, Nicholas Morona. And number 12 is Alec Alfieri. Number 17 is Daniel Galushko. Number 18 is Ben Larson. And number 24 is Jack Majeski. He's the senior centerman. Number 25 is Chase Whitmore, left wing on that 4th line. And number 26 is the centerman on that 4th line, Lucas Nadler. And Max Willency is number 28. Henry Barnes is number 27. And Carter Bergstrom is number 31. And now the starters, Owen Walsh on the right side of that top line. Brooks Wright, number 15 on the left wing. Noah Fekete, the captain, junior. He's number 20, and he's the centerman. And on the blue line, Ryan Kaiser, the senior, number 4, and Aiden Owen, number 6. In goal is Cooper Robinson. Head coach is George Gwozdecki. Adrian Wiedemann, Jeff Martin, and Max Starr are on the bench. And for Fort Collins, Riley Nelson and Jason Beatty are on the bench for Fort Collins. We'll pause here for our national anthem. And so this is a rematch of last year's final between these two teams. And in that final, Valor came out on top just as they have the year before that. So the two-time defending state champion plays the two-time runner-up here in Fort Collins. And Fort Collins has a bit of a different look. No longer Sam Simon, Aiden Beck, or Merrick Thompson. And with the new coaching staff, they've got, however, they come in with 6 forwards that are seniors, as well as Winborn, the goalie. Noah Winborn is a senior. And they've got 3 defensemen and seniors for a total of 10. And for Valor, they've got 4 seniors out there, really 5, if you include Carter Bergstrom, who is the backup goalie to Cooper Robinson. So a junior-laden team here in Valor, with the exception of Ryan Kaiser, Carson Lloyd, Majeski, and Willitsey. We are ready for the puck drop. 17 minutes on the clock. And this semifinal action is underway with a quick win off the faceoff by Noah Fekete. Marching up as Kaiser puts it in. He's checked off by Kramer, and the puck back behind Winborn's cage is swept back up by Fekete. Ringed around the boards. Brooks Wright with a reverse check, but the puck is picked back up by Campbell. And he's able to get it back out to center as Campos is checked off the play by Kaiser. And a giveaway by Fekete. Campos put it right in front, and it's defended and moved back out. Back over to the near side. It gets hung up on the official and ringed around over to the far side. Riley Lobb picks it up and scores. Lobb scores, and Robinson would love to have that one back as Lobb puts a soft one in on Robinson. And early in this game, Fort Collins comes out with the lead, and that shot looked absolutely innocent. If we could see that one more time, that puck comes riding up the boards, and Lobb just picks it up and sends it right in, and it goes 5-hole in on Robinson. So that'll be an unassisted goal by Lobb, and for Lobb, that is his 8th goal of the season. As this one comes, boy, the 16-20 mark of this first period. So Fort Collins jumps on early, and Cooper Robinson has been terrific this year. And boy, I'd like to get that one back, and the puck is tipped right in front of us here at Magnus Arena. And so that does go as an unassisted goal. So Valor came in, or I should say, this Fort Collins team came in, and they had only scored 16 goals in the first period. A majority of their goals comes in the second period, where they had 23. Puck is poked free, back to the stick of Carson Lloyd. Sends it back over to the right-hand side, is looked for by Larson, and upended. It was Galushko. He gets back to his skates and pins his man up, and the puck is shuffled up the mid-ice boards and in deep on Valor. Sweeping it back is Carson Lloyd with a soft pass over to Galushko. Galushko, who played center primarily this season, has been shifted to that right wing, and it's a little bit of an adjustment picking up those pucks coming up the wall. Tyler Sleds pinned up against the far side boards. Morona working the top side. And thus far, Valor having some difficulty getting it out of their zone, as Morona gets tied up over in the far side corner by Deschler. And the puck is shuffled back over to Carson. And he looks cross-ice this time. This is going to go the distance. And Valor gets a line change via an icing call. So we're coming back to our right-hand side. Bit of a slow start for Valor, and they have posted Fort Collins with a 1-goal lead here to start things out. Fourth line out there for Coach Nelson. He's got Garner at center. Brown and Heiss flanking him. And Muir peels away with the puck and moves it back over to the far side. It's hoisted back up to center. Flagging it down is Nathan Brown, the senior. Puts it in deep on Terosian. Terosian and Muir work it back behind Robinson's cage. And it's glanced off the glass comes out momentarily, and Terosian gets tied up. And Fort Collins keeps the pressure on as they've got Valor hemmed in, as Jeremy Muir makes a quick stop and moves it back up the left wing boards. Alfieri, far side, finds Barnes. Barnes winds this one around for Alfieri to catch up to it. Alfieri with a little back pass, but it's stolen by Campos, moved up by Terosian and put on with Bourne. He holds for the whistle. So Valor's first shot on goal comes nearly 3 minutes into this contest. And Fort Collins' first shot on goal goes for a goal here. So, as I said, Robinson has been terrific. He only yielded 22 goals this season and had a .922 save percentage. And there you see him playing the puck up ahead with Wright. Wright tried to hand it off over to Feckerty, back to the far side. Aiden Owen punches it back in, and getting back deep is Bronson. Bronson moves it up the near side wall, but Feckerty steals it. Feckerty working off the wall on his backhand, feathers it back up high. Aiden Owen's shot back to Kaiser, and Kaiser sends a drifting shot in as it got deflected. Feckerty back up to Kaiser, and Kaiser winds with a blast that goes off the big defenseman, Tristan Olek. And the headman pass back up to the near side as Campos tries to find lob. Campos picks up that loose puck. He's checked off, and it's Kaiser. Kaiser back to Wright, and Wright's headman goes off of lob and picked back up by Wright. He sends it in, and Feckerty goes for a line change over on the far side. Puck is swept right back in by Bronson. Bronson moves it back up the near side wall. Nichols gets tied up with Lloyd. Puck pokes free, and it comes back out, and it's hoisted back out to the red line. Morona wasting no time. It's scooped up and gathered back in by Fort Collins. Morona steps in from his deep position. And that shot never got through, and this one goes up and out of play. So we've talked about the defense. The defense of Valor comes up big with goals. Nicholas Morona led this team this year with 7 goals. And right behind him was Carson Lloyd, who lines up out there with him, number 2. Lloyd had 6 goals. And the puck is swept back in by Barnes, peeled out by Coveney. Coveney back, looks for Barnes, but he gets tied up. And out comes Fort Collins, trying to move the puck in, was Trenton Dobson with Morona. Morona takes a big check from Logan Nichols. And the puck is moved back out and gathered back in by Braden Kerr. Bouncing puck inside the Valor zone. And the long stick of Nicholas Morona. Pickpocket that. And the puck moved back over to the far side. Morona steps in, puts it, looking for Garrett Coveney just behind him. Working up the puck up the near side wall. Stabbed out by Carson Lloyd, and over on the far side, Conway is able to get enough of it to get it to the end of Valor. Back behind Robinson's cage is Morona. Peeled away as he had Deschler on him. Puck is moved all the way back up through center ice, and Coveney on the one-touch pass is stick check from behind. Puck is moved back over by Tyler Sleds and off the far side. Puck all the way back to the Valor end. Icing is waved off, and a hard check on the end. And going to the box first is going to be Tyler Sleds, the junior winger, as he came in hard on Terosian. And so Valor gets their first power play of the game on Sleds, check from behind. And it's a rough call. So that rough comes at the 11:29 mark. And for Valor, Valor came in with a 25% power play average, going up against Fort Collins. PK here. Valor on the far side. Puck is picked up by Feckerty. Moves it back down the wall. Jamming it there was Alfieri. Alfieri is stoned though. And the loose puck is hoisted up and out by Nathan Brown with a good PK move as he did that from his knees. The loose puck comes right up the gut, and it's stabbed out of the air, picked back up by Aiden Owen. Owen down the left-hand flank. As he moves it across over to the far side, it winds around for Alfieri. touches it up to Coveney, closed in by Bronson. Alfieri and Coveney double team. Coming away with the puck and out muscling it was Max Bronson, the sophomore. And Valor has to re-enter from center ice. This time Kaiser takes matters into his own hand. Kaiser, forced wide by Bronson, moves the puck back up to the point. Aiden Owen with it, puts it back deep off the inboards. Alfieri with it, spinning away from a check, puts it back over to the near side. Fekete walking it in, takes the shot as he got tied up, trying to pick up the rebound. And with 46 seconds remaining in the power play, Aiden Owen hustles it up. As he punches it back in and going to the far side is Alfieri. Campbell's there. Alfieri lays a check, and play continues. The Fort Collins fans want a call, but they're not going to get it, and yes, they are. So an interference call. So Alfieri's going to go for an interference call, and that cancels the last 29 seconds of the penalty. So we'll have 29 seconds of 4-on-4. As the late arriving Valor crowd begins to filter in. East and the Fort Collins, or the East and Ralston Valley had pretty good crowds here. And we'll see once, well, I guess Fort Collins has a pretty decent crowd here with us, with Larson. Larson with the puck. Picks it up and into the zone. He's poke checked off of it. And it's held in only momentarily from Majeski. Majeski has to peel out. Bob with the puck finds Campos. Campos winds, and this time Robinson sees at a distance and makes a routine save. So 128 on the power play for Fort Collins. And you got to watch out for that top line. They scored 18 goals, and they've got Riley Lobb along with Campos and Gabe Kramer. Kramer, number 15 in the slot, as Fekete picks it up and tries to get it past Olick, and now he does. He jams it. He's got a man in the middle, Walsh. He works to control that puck, and Fekete with the puck takes it and shot just up and over windboard. Fekete creates something there, and he draws a slashing call. And so with a little bit of frustration, Riley Lobb, the senior centerman, goes to the box, and a terrific play by Fekete. So Lobb goes for a slash, and at the 9:09 mark, meaning that we're going to have a minute 11 now of 4-on-4 play, and then Valor will have a just under a 49-second power play. Alfieri steps over off the wall. And you know what? It was Morona that took the penalty over on the far side. So Alfieri's out there. And so Morona, number 11, is in the box, even though they have Alfieri's number up on the clock, or on the scoreboard. He is on the ice right now. So over on the far side, Aiden Owen takes a heavy check, but is able to move it back over to Kaiser. Kaiser up ice to Walsh. Crisscrosses with Alfieri as he takes the zone. His shot up and over the blocker's side. Quick little feed right in front as Aiden Owen was in deep. Kaiser working in as he shoulders off Sleds. The puck moved over to the far side. Aiden Owen rushes in and puts it back in deep. Olick tumbles, but Fort Collins controls. And Sleds with a handoff pass. Puck is picked back up and moved up ice. Kerr, the defenseman, walks it in. Kerr back down low, puts it right up into the gut. Here's the shot. And looking around for it, Alfieri sees it at the last moment and is able to get it back out to center. Olick right up ice and in on Robinson. Robinson holds for the whistle there. So at the 7:54 mark, Valor with another 46 seconds of power play time as their top line out there for the power play, with the exception of the defense. And although Carson Lloyd and Nicholas Morona actually lead this defense in goals. And so Lloyd with the cross-ice feed as he finds the stick of Coveney. Coveney walks it in down the right-hand side as he works his way past Bronson. And with the head up, finds Morona. Morona's shot drifts through, back over to the near side, and jousting for it. Coveney comes up with it. The backhand feed over to Carson Lloyd. His shot off of Fekete's boot, and it's up but not out. Coveney makes a nice play, back over, and the shot right in front. It goes off right stick. Loose puck over in the far side corner. Right bodies up his man. Getting to it first on the near side and angling one off the glass is Campbell, the big defenseman. Morona winds it up as the power play is expired. Kerr with time sets up behind Winborn's cage. And with 6:56 remaining in this first period, Fort Collins has killed off a couple of power plays, penalties. And the puck shoveled back into the near side corner. And they lead 1-0 on an early goal. Valor marches it out over on the far side. And with a severe angle, that shot comes all the way back out as it rims back out to center. Tarosian and Muir. Tarosian moves it back up the wall. And Volushko with a backhand feed finds Fekete. Fekete steps away from one and with a little move, but he fans on it. Loses an edge. Valor sets up again. Tarosian banks it. Eludes Galushko. He continues to look forward. The puck is dumped back in. Carter Jung yields. And the puck goes off Nichols and back out to center. And to the Valor end. Chase Whitmore forward sends it back over to Willency. Willency is challenged. And the loose puck is shoveled in by Campos. With time is Tarosian. Tarosian with a long feed for Whitmore. Whitmore puts it on net. And the defenseman, Reitlinger, is able to move it up and out. Icing again is waved off. And Robinson watches as Tarosian, or Kaiser, takes a check on the backside. And Aiden Owen, scrambling a bit, picks up that puck, and this time he banks it hard, is able to get it back out to center. But it's touched up intentionally by Lobb. And so let's see where this face-off goes. Do they take it back to Fort Collins end, or it appears that it's going to be in front of George Gwozdecki's bench. George Gwozdecki, who spent 19 years behind this bench for the University of Denver. Familiar position on the home bench. Puck is whipped around by Bronson. Held up there by Robinson. And it angles out to center. It goes off a boot. That icing is waved off. And Bronson gets back with Coveney, pounding him. We're on the far side. Morona seals the wall. And he's pressured from Campbell. Campbell continues to joust. And Fort Collins is able to move the puck back out to center. Sleds, the junior, puts it in deep. It's swept up the near side by Robinson. Sleds picks it back up. And his center ice feed finds the stick of Barnes. And Barnes tumbles. Coveney rescues it. Barnes jumps on sides. Almost. Barnes thought he was there, but the linesman had a pretty good look at it. And so the faceoff comes in front of Riley Nelson's bench. Nelson, out of British Columbia, played his college hockey at Michigan Tech. And he found his way up north via the Colorado Eagles, where he played 11 years, along with Jason Beatty, who played 8 years for the Eagles. So this coaching staff for Fort Collins has some pretty good history with the hockey up there. Wright moves the puck up, punched right back in by Olick. Puck is back in deep. Tarosian checked hard, and Walsh with the puck tries to find Fekete. Fekete is tied up, and the puck escapes the zone. Olick recovers and finds Kerr near side. Kerr winds it around, stopped halfway, and Muir one more time with that little stutter step, finds it back over to Wright. Wright has to reverse. Over on the far right-hand side with a little bit of room. Walsh will take the zone and avoids Olick, takes it in and puts it right in front, but it banks off the side of the cage and back over to the near side. And with 3:32 remaining in this first period, Valor looking on the forecheck. Coming in is Owen Walsh. Walsh rides the rails over on the far side. Brooks Wright gets tied up. Fecity joins the fray. And Lobb jams it up the boards. Not up, not out. Held by Kaiser. Kaiser sidesteps, but his shot is deflected off the end glass. And this time it's hoisted around, and it's going to make it the distance. And icing is the call. We're coming back. So for that top line for George Gwozdecki, they get some good offensive zone time. Now Gwozdecki comes back as he has Majeski's line. He's got Ben Larson out there. Majeski and Larson had some great passing yesterday that resulted in a couple of goals. Larson had a terrific goal for Majeski. And Majeski wins this face-off back. It's punched down along the wall. Right in front, Majeski has it glance off his stick. Aiden Owen hoists it to himself and back down the wall. He gets tied up as Lobb is there. Lobb has it pickpocketed from Larson. Larson from his knees, battling and holding on there was Noah Winborn. Winborn, the senior netminder for this Fort Collins team, as he was a backup to Sam Simon last year. And you see Larson working that edge. So coming right back out. Here is the second line for Valor, and Alfieri will take this face off. Campbell banks it around over to the far side, and waiting for it is Lobb. Puck is moved back over. That's Peter Kelly. Back over to the near side. Deschler with it. Kelly sweeps in and punches it back up to Campbell, and the shot right in as Deschler is on the doorstep and had a step on Coveney. Coveney comes in, but Deschler, if this puck is dropped by Robinson, Deschler has an opportunity to poke it in. And you see him, he gets a good look. Deschler's there, and Robinson holds on and absorbs that. As getting tripped up was Carson Lloyd. No call on the far side. And trying to work free is Barnes. Campbell gets there first and whips it around over to the near side. And the puck is backhanded up and out of the zone. Deschler, as he's shouldered up with Morona. Puck coming in to poke that puck free was Alfieri. Back up to the point off of Bronson's drive. Never got through, is stung there Barnes, and the shot ricochets far side. Kelly's shot. Sleds tries to get control, and with Sleds taking the shot, sharp angle shot, goal. Sled scores, and from about the same spot. So right now, boy, is Robinson having some challenges from that side. That is 2 goals from the far side half boards, and Sleds makes it 2-0 at the 1:45 mark. So Sleds gets an unassisted goal, and for Sleds, that is his 7th goal of the season. And this one comes at the 1:45 mark. So Cooper Robinson, who has been terrific all year long, has yielded a couple of goals, both from that far right-hand side, and Valor's got some work cut out for him here. Valor typically is a first-period goal-scoring team, so they're down by 2 at the tail end of this first period, as the backhand feed looking for Dobson is stolen. And here comes Wright. Staying on sides is Walsh. Apparently not, so Walsh was up ahead of the play, and he tried to straddle that blue line. And Wright with a little bit of stutter step. He had to navigate his way through. And so Valor keeps things moving with the lines, and this time it's going to be Lucas Nadler's line, along with Chase Whitmore and Max Willency. So 1:12 remaining in this first period. And Fort Collins with a 2-0 lead dumps the puck deep in on Valor. Robinson moves it back over to the far side. Puck is picked up and almost centered, but it was deflected by Nadler. Nadler tries to get the puck back at center, but Olick for Fort Collins pitchforks it into the Zam corner. As Terosian sweeps it up the near side boards, and that pass just off the mark. Whitmore picks it back up and puts it right on goal as Winborn alertly makes that save. Nadler did a terrific job along with Whitmore. Whitmore kept on that puck, and now with an offensive zone faceoff, Noah Fekete's line is back on the ice with 40 seconds remaining in this period. Fekete with Wright and Walsh, and he wins this one back over to Kaiser. Kaiser winds this around, setting it up over on the far side. Aiden Owen touches it up, and it gets punched back to the vacant point. And Walsh retrieves. Kaiser right in. Campos stuffs him into the boards. Puck over on the far side. Walsh tries to pick that puck off. It's Fekete with it. Backhand feed. Shot it on the far side. Walsh with 2 shots. And Winborn with a couple of saves. And Walsh pokes it free with 7 seconds remaining. As Kaiser winds up. Doesn't have much. This one ricochets back out to center. And that's going to do it through the end of the period. After one, Fort Collins leads and gets a standing ovation from their fans as they lead 2-0 off of goals from Lobb and Sleds. And there we got a quick little look there of that last opportunity for Valor. So Valor in an unfamiliar position here, but at least after one, they get a Zam break here. So we'll take a break as well. 2-0 Fort Collins over Valor. After one, we'll be back to Magnus Arena in about 15 minutes.
starts from the moment you get into the board. We're going to serve and make sure we're creating that atmosphere for both teams and what we can do.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you can make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just a game. To be outside to like experience the game is so much more fun. You get about that. The good we need people like you and the young athletes who can translate those skills to officiating.
So much of officiating is not necessarily what you do on the field. It's how you do business off the court as well. Being an official, sure it's not easy. And if it wasn't for those difficulties, I don't think I would be where I am. Because I happen to go not only a
That's another great song here on Game Time. Orthopedic Centers of Colorado is the official sports medicine team for Colorado high school sports. With more than 90 of the state's top physicians, sports medicine specialists, and rehabilitation professionals, the OCC team keeps Colorado athletes in the game. Whether you compete on the field, court, course, or slopes, the OCC team helps injured athletes safely return to competition. Visit OCC-ortho.com to find which one of their 20 clinic locations on the I-25 corridor is best for you. More music is coming up here on Game Time. Chess's finest play here. Right on the air.
Welcome back to Magnus Arena for the start of the second period, with Fort Collins leading Valor 2-0 in this semifinal matchup. Winner takes on Denver East here Tuesday night for the state championship in the 5A. East won going away earlier versus Ralston Valley. It was tied until the third period. It was a 1-1 game. And then East broke it open and one going away. So Valor needs a couple to tie it up here. And the loose puck is scooped up by Walsh. And his centering feed picked up by Wright. Wright works it wide and puts a shot in on Winborn. And Fecity on the doorstep, but Cambos right with him. And Fecity having a conversation with Winborn, the senior netminder. So good first shift here for this for this top line for Gwozdecki. And off that faceoff, it's kicked back up, and the quick shot, and looking for it was Walsh. It's chased into the near side corner, and it's whipped around and caught up over in the corner in the 50-50 by Walsh versus Campbell. And the loose man was Lobb, and Lobb sends it back over to the near side. Recovered by Kaiser and chased back by 15. That is Kramer. Having a little trouble, moves it back up the near side wall. So a long shift here for this first line, as they've got a full minute. They've got some distance to their bench, but Valor needs goals right now. This top line is going to get a lot of action here. And stepping in is Fecity. Fecity tied up there with Olick. Moves it back up the wall quickly, jumps Alfieri's stick, and held in by Lloyd. Touched up with the high stick, and scooped back up as Walsh banks it over to Morona. Morona back down to Walsh, tries to move it through the wickets, and Walsh picks up that loose puck, back up high. Lloyd winds the shot. Walsh has got it, his backhander, as he chips it back up. Morona keeps it alive, but Olick finally has it. And Olick, who had a big goal versus Valor during the regular season, had a power play goal coming down the left-hand side, and he's got surprising speed, so you got to keep an eye out for Olick. That was a power play goal that he went top shelf on. So Coveney, the junior centerman, he's got 6 goals this year, as he's got Alfieri up against the wall, and he wins this one back. The shot by Lloyd, loose puck right in front. Alfieri was turned around, and Fort Collins is able to get it back to the Valor end. Twisting pass up the far side boards as Sleds was there, and the puck comes up and out. And the sophomore defenseman, Max Bronson, good size there. Bronson gets a lot of ice time. He's teamed up with Olick, number 52. And this is that second line out there with Kelly, along with Deschler. There's Kelly looking for the puck, but Morona sweeps in and puts it past Olick and back down below the line. Bronson pokes it back over to the far side. Sleds moves it up the wall, and on the jump was Kelly. And Kelly goes tumbling as Morona got back, and he cancels him out. Loose puck on the far side. Sleds has it knifed off his stick, and Alfieri lifts a stick, and Morona forces it back to center. Morona taps it back over to Barnes. Barnes walking in, takes the shot, it just misses glove side Winborn. Puck comes back over to the near side, and it's swept around by Morona. Sleds with a backhand feed. Stepping in is Jeremy Muir with open ice, puts it right on the target. And Olick shoves away Alfieri as Winborn makes the low save. So 14:20 to go in this second period. Valor with some good pressure. You can see the defenseman jumping in every opportunity here, trailing by a couple. They've done that all year, though, so this really isn't anything new for them. Majeski wins that faceoff, but it's picked back up by Kramer. Kramer hoists it back in as Cambos. He hounds Kaiser. Kaiser tries to move it up the wall. Galushko moves it 5 feet up the wall. Challenged by Campbell, but Galushko gets the better of it and moves it back out. Aiden Owen punches it in just outside of the red. Icing is waved off. And back over to the far side, and a quick one-touch pass by Galushko is intercepted. Lobb works it back out through center. And Aiden Owen with lob draped on him is able to send it back up to Galushko. Galushko takes the line and hands it back off to Majeski. Majeski worked in the corner. Galushko there, and it's lobbed with the puck, moving it back over to the right-hand side. Puck is picked back up, and working free is Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown, this is the fourth line here for this Fort Collins line, and there's a check by Brown as he puts Galushko into the boards. Majeski, 1-on-5, walks it in, shot goal! Majeski scores, and it is 2-1 as Jack Majeski gets his third goal of the season, and none bigger than that one. And he walks it in, he is surrounded, and he makes one move, takes it to the dot, and he beats Winborn low. What a play by Majeski, and boy, was that needed. As Valor looked to be making a line change, and that one goes up and over the paddle. And so Jack Majeski gets Valor on the board here 4 minutes into this second period. And we'll see if there's a assist on that. And they call it an assisted, so Majeski gets Valor up on the board, and a big goal at that is I'm sure Winborn would like that one back. So now Winborn knows how Robinson feels. Puck comes back up. Lloyd hesitates, puts it right on target, and this one covered and held by Winborn. So Valor with some high traffic, and to get that rebound, they're going to have to get in a little bit tighter in on Winborn. And Winborn's got time to pick that up. Lloyd back over. Morona looking for a lane, but it glances off of Conway, and Conway tries to move it up the boards. Walsh is there. Walsh tries to tie him up. Morona again with the puck. Feathers one back in. Fekete backhand feed as he had right in the blue paint. And a heady play. What a pass, though, by Morona as he feathered that one in. And over on the far side is Carson Lloyd gets tied up. And meanwhile, the puck escapes over to the near side. And Owen Walsh with it. As he sends one up the gut as Wright stumbles. And it's Walsh that circles back, but he gives it away. Conway with the puck. Backhand feed. Dobson's shot goes up and over. Puck over on the far side. And puck battle there. And it's held up and peeled off. And a little bit of trouble there, as we've seen early in this period. Puck perhaps sticking to the ice. And a little backhand back check by Wright. And looking back the other way, looking for a call was Kerr, the defenseman. But he's not going to get it on that. So, as I was saying, a couple of times, and it might be in the corners there where you can't see if that ice has solidified. It should, as we are 6 minutes into this second period. Puck down low. Barnes has got it. Alfieri intended target. Alfieri edges his man off as Kovney steps in, and Deschler is there as well. Kerr tries to hold off Alfieri, spinning away, but the puck got caught up in the dasher over by the Zam corner, and another hard check by Tyler Sleds. Sleds has had a couple of those, and he reverses that one on Kovney, but Kovney cuts him off. Puck back behind is Jeremy Muir is stick checked, and Kovney comes up with it. Kovney, the long pass, just beyond the reach of Alfieri. So puck comes back to the Valor end, and we've got a 2-1 game here at the 11:08 mark of this second period. As Riley Lobb, this captain of this Fort Collins squad, and looks like Carter Jung might have needed a new twig, but stepping out onto the ice is Braden Kerr. Kerr is also a sophomore. So two sophomores on this blue line, Kerr and Bronson. Out there right now is Trey Campbell, number 8, over on the far right-hand side. Kerr on this side. The puck shoveled up, and it gets back to Larson. Larson touches it up. Majeski moves forward. Majeski on his backhand. Backhand feed right as he was looking for Larson. It's tipped aside, and a 3-on-2 developing. Dump it in the puck, and with time, and a backhand feed almost goes off the Fort Collins player, as that was Kramer. Puck all the way in deep. Now Jung is there. Jung moves it up. Kaiser driving with that one. Loose puck picked up by Larson. His shot deflected. Campbell works it into the corner and shovels it back over to the far side, where Carter Jung has it, and he finds the center ice, the neutral ice. 10:20 remaining in this second period. And the puck is swept back over to the far side, and Deschler has time. The shot as Aiden Owen cancels his man, and the puck rides up the right wing boards. And the pass on the mark to Galushko. Galushko puts it in, and needing to move that puck as there isn't a Valor player within about 70 feet. Puck is stolen by Walsh, banked off the boards. Oluk answers, and trying to work it free was Kelly. Matching two, Carson Lloyd works through, but he's cut off. And Deschler is hung up in the neutral ice. Walsh continues to battle, and the bouncing puck ends up over on the far side. Walsh touches it up with Morona, and a good forecheck by Deschler forces Fekete back to assist. Back up the right wing boards, and the long pass by Walsh is on the mark. It's right with the puck. Back over to the far side. Morona tries to give it up in front. We've got a 2-on-1. Oluk headmans the puck. Lloyd in a foot race, though, with Tyler Sleds. And Sleds is ridden off the play, and Wright comes back up and recoils. As he's got a man on the forecheck there. That is Bryson Garner, number 13. Haven't mentioned Garner much. This is that fourth line for Coach Riley Nelson. As Walsh hands it back off to Lloyd. And Lloyd finds the glass. And some quick hands by Oleg. Keeps the puck at center ice. Puck is punched in, and Fekete's line going for a line change, and with time, Bronson's got it. Bronson moves it back up the near side boards. As it's lost, punched right back in by Mirror, and the tag up Alfieri. Oluk's able to move it back over to the far side. Alfieri loses an edge, and it's ice. So Valor gains an offensive zone faceoff, and an opportunity here at 8:24. So we are just past the midway point of this game, and it's 2-1 Fort Collins on two soft goals, and you could even call Majeski's goal relatively soft, as I think Winborn would like to have that one back. Majeski at least wasn't shooting from the half boards. And off the face-off, trying to dig out the puck. It's punched back over to the near side, and Muir activates it into the corner. Stepping in there was Barnes. Barnes puts it in deep. Puck swung up to the far side, and Alfieri dancing through, finds Muir. Muir's shot glances off of a stick, and the bouncing puck pinballs back. Back behind Barnes, racing to get it, is Alfieri. Alfieri, top of the circle. The shot as it glances up and over the glove side of Winborn's cage. It was wide. A puck like that hits a stick, and unintended, it's tough to react to by Winborn. As Henry Barnes sets up behind the cage, and he looks up to the right-hand side, finds Sentiment Coveney. Coveney weaves his way through center, and streaking is Tarosian, the defenseman. Puck on the far side as it's back up high. Aiden Owen takes that shot hard off the end boards, trying to pick that puck back up. But Alfieri is manhandled by Campbell as puck is hoisted up into the netting. And we've got a whistle. Last 2 nights ago, we had Kaiser take a shot that went up into the netting. Must have been 10 feet into the netting, and play continued. So even with a 4-man referee crew, they can miss some of those. It's nice not to have the netting along the side glass here. Got a good look. So Majeski's line is back out there, and Oluk settles things. Back up to Kramer. His long cross-ice feed. Campos touches it up, and Owen with Kramer bearing down. Puck is moved back up. Oluk takes the shot off of Majeski's shin pads, and the bouncing puck is poked back out to center as it ricochets. Jung moves it back over to the far side, and Valor loses the puck to Riley Lobb. Lobb working through some traffic, gets his shot off, and from just about an impossible angle, sends one off, and it's picked back up by Galushko as it bounces off of Larson. Larson working free, and Larson draws the penalty. So hard work by Larson, and a good pass by Galushko creates an opportunity. And so Valor gets their first power play of this second period, as they are 0 for 2 thus far. Olick's hooking call comes at the 6:28 mark. So trailing by 1, Valor has an opportunity with a power play. And Coveney quickly moves it back up to Aiden Owen. Coveney walking off the wall, back down low. Fekete right in front as he had Alfieri. Alfieri couldn't get that shot off as his stick was lifted, and Fort Collins is able to sweep it back to the far end as Deschler got a hold of that one. Deschler pressing, and the long pass by Valor. And a little impatience by Valor as they had everybody back, and Alfieri up alone, up at the blue line. And so now Valor's got to win a defensive zone faceoff to earn control of this puck. So Fekete, and puck is chased up the near side wall. Kaiser, the defenseman, leads the charge. Kaiser walks in, that shot deflected. Coveney sweeps in, tries to keep the puck alive, and it's Fekete that does so. Back up high. Owen guides it back down into the corner and angles it all the way over to Coveney. Coveney, a little backhand feed. Fekete sweeps it back over to the far side. Coveney to Fekete. Now Fekete is challenged over, and it's poked free, and picking it up is Alfieri. Alfieri angles one, a tough play to pick up as Kaiser does so, but Bronson sweeps it over to the far side. Waiting for it is Fekete. He's held up by Deschler. And Fort Collins is able to almost get it out. Aiden Owen backdoor play, far side. And the bouncing puck finally is cleared out by Deschler. Good play by Deschler as he was able to shovel that up. So this time Kaiser with some speed streaks through center and back down low. Stick checked by Bronson and hoisted out as the final 26 seconds of the power play drifts off for Valor, and making a move was Carson Lloyd. Moves it back over to Majeski. Long cross-ice pass, touched up by Morona, held by Walsh. Back to Morona. Morona holds his man off and peels back, and Lloyd sends it back down low. Valor should have numbers. It's right from the blue line as the final seconds tick off the power play, and Olick rushes back. And a long pass, but a nice play there by Lloyd, as jumping back on was number 9 for Fort Collins, and he was back behind the defense. That was Tyler Heiss. Heiss loses an edge, picks up the puck. Heiss taken off the play, and Walsh is able to get it back to center. And Fort Collins sends the rolling puck back in to Valor's end. Morona takes a hard check from Heiss. I haven't mentioned Heiss all game, and he makes a couple of plays. Then he delivers another check. Back to Lobb, back in front, shot, goal! And Fort Collins goes up 3-1 as Campos gets the goal. And you got to give an assist to Heiss. Heiss came in, he's on that fourth line, and he makes a couple of checks, and that jarred the puck free. So Campos comes up, and it is 3-1 Fort Collins. At the 3:45 mark, as a bit of helter-skelter back behind Valor's cage. And Campos, for Campos, that is his 6th goal of the season. And Morona got checked pretty good. So Valor trailing by 2, and they got that goal and they put on some pretty good pressure, but trailing by 2 now. Valor, again, has their work cut out. And the puck back over to Morona. Glances off of Nadler's stick. Back down to Lob. Backhand feed. Nadler gives it away. And Lob with the puck and a backhand feed right in front as he had Kramer in his sights. And the cross-ice feed goes off of Chase Whitmore's stick. And Valor again continues to have some challenges with their breakout. Puck has moved back up to the point, but it banks off of a skate. It's angled back in by Braden Kerr. And now Fort Collins has to back out and give some room. And Valor continues to look for those home run passes. And they haven't, and now Fort Collins can sit back a little bit here and clog up that middle. So we'll see what George Gwozdecki matches up versus Riley Nelson on this. Valor with this offensive zone faceoff. Puck has moved down to the corner. Walsh tries to dig it free. Wright comes up with the puck. Owen is down low, and that pass deflects. Wright continues to battle as he needs some support, and it's Walsh that pokes it into the corner. Campbell sweeps, Sleds awaits. Sleds with time is able to move it back up, and his pass skips the stick of both Deschler and Aiden Owen. So we're coming back to the Valor, or to the Fort Collins end for another offensive zone faceoff for Valor as Fekete sets up over in the left-hand circle. Aiden Owen is top of the circle. Puck is back up high. Kaiser's drive, and a drive shot goal from the far side as Wright scores. And so Kaiser takes the shot. It's a pad redirect over to the far side. And there was Wright. Brooks Wright gets his 13th goal of the season. And that's a biggie, drawing Valor back to within 1 goal here with 1:56 remaining in this second period. That is a huge goal for Valor, making it 3-2 right from Kaiser. And so this one comes at the 150 mark. And that is a huge goal going into perhaps the third, but Valor's got a minute 41 remaining in this period as Walsh loses the puck momentarily. Conway is able to get it back out to center as Kaiser gets tied up and Fekete retrieves it. It's fed up ice, and Wright with a one-hand swing is able to, and it's pickpocketed there by Walsh on Lob over on the far side. Puck almost found Fekete. Fekete would have been off to the races as the defenseman had pinched in. And the long pass back over to Walsh. Walsh sidesteps one, sends a deft pass over to the far side, and it's angled in by Wright. Fekete sweeps in to pick that up as he's got Kerr, the defenseman, draped on him. Back up high, back over to Lloyd. Lloyd's drive is wide, and Morona with that long stick. He's looking for a man right in front. Nobody's home, and Fort Collins with 45 seconds remaining moves the puck down as Campos puts it back down as it gets past Kramer. Walsh is there, challenged by Lob, and Lob on the forecheck in the corner with 33 seconds remaining comes up with the puck. Lob with some good hands and control is taken off the puck, and Fort Collins wanted a penalty. They don't get it. Bounces off, and here comes Alfieri with a 2-on-4. Alfieri walks it into the corner, and Olick cuts him off. Walsh pokes it free, and right on Winborn's glove side. So Winborn hangs on, and with 10.5 seconds remaining, Coach Gwozdecki's going to counter with his, let's see which line he goes out there with. He's got Coveney along with Alfieri. So Coveney will take this face-off as he's a right-hand draw with Alfieri sitting back behind him. And but winning the faceoff was Deschler. And over to the far side, Bronson hustles over, and it's gloved down by Kaiser, puts one on target, and held up there with 0.2 of a second up on the clock. So I didn't think Kaiser could get a shot off with that amount of time, and he was able to do so. So Kaiser makes a terrific play, and they're going to stack the slot, and Coveney is going to take a shot here off this faceoff with 0.2 of a second. It's got to be right on, and good play there as Deschler goes down and disrupts things off that faceoff. So after 2 full periods, it's 3-2 in favor of Fort Collins as Valor gets a couple of goals from Majeski and Wright. Campos got one in between to keep it a 1-goal game. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey. We'll be back for the 3rd and final period of this semifinal matchup. This is a good one. Stay with us.
But the Lord is always our
You're listening to Game Time. The Colorado High School Activities Association is proud to use Wilson. For athletes to perform their best, they require their best. For over 100 years, that's what Wilson has delivered. Wilson is the official ball of the NFL, NBA, NCAA, and AVB. From cutting-edge innovations to the latest advancements in material design, Wilson helps youth, high school, college, and professional athletes win more games than any other brand. Learn more at wilson.com. More music is next here on Game Time. It's Game Time on the air. And the best of CHSAA on the field.
And welcome back. We're almost ready for the third period, and we have a little special cameo appearance by Team Colorado, U16 girls, and they are going to nationals in Pittsburgh at the end of March. So we wish them the best, and there they are. So let's see, can you shout out your names? Kaylee Wilson. Anna Kaplasky. Molly Murphy. Caitlin Berry.
Trinity Walsh.
What?
Trinity Walsh. Cheryl Bodette.
And what?
Mason
Say it again.
Mason
Mason Mullen. There we go. I messed that one up. But anyway, good luck. This is awesome. And it's great to see you out here supporting hockey. And we've got Brett Baugh over here. Is this your coach? Okay, get down there, Brett. So Brett used to coach at Valor, so I think a lot of you are rooting for Valor, although you go to Regis.
Go Fort Collins.
And so you're rooting for Fort Collins. Brett, I don't know if that's allowed here. It's not allowed, so there you go. All right, there we got a Valor. So we got a minute 26, and we're glad to have the ladies here for this deal. So terrific, and good luck at Nationals, ladies. Yep. And Valor is making their way. Valor is making their way back to the bench here. And Valor is back on, and we are just about ready to go here for this third and final period. So Valor trailing by 1 as Lob got things going for Fort Collins early with that shot from the half boards. And Sleds got one as well from a sharp angle. But Majeski brings Valor back, and then Campos gets a poke-in goal, and Wright scores a big goal, making it 3-2. So we are just about ready, and the Fort Collins fans are chanting, "Let's go Fort Collins," as they've made the trip down I-25 for this game. We are ready to go as Riley Lobb sets up to take the face-off. The senior centerman versus Noah Fekete. Fekete, the captain of this team and leading scorer of this team, looks to bring his team back. And we are underway in this 17-minute third period. 17 minutes to see who goes to the state championship final. And that puck bounces in on Winborn, and Winborn holds there. And so Valor comes out and immediately puts one on as they tip that in on Winborn. Winborn came in with a 2.21 goals against average. As he's given up a couple here, Valor would like to get one more in on him, and sweeping in is Walsh. His backhand feed picked back up by Kramer. And Kramer's headman pass deflects, and Campbell's got the puck. Campbell moves it back up to Campos. Campos with his shot. And that is held on by Robinson, who is steady as he's squared up to that one. As Campos is dangerous, this whole line, they scored 18 goals this season. That was good for 33% of their goals. Puck squirts free, and out marches Walsh, avoids Campbell and hoists it into the corner. And battling for it inside is Walsh. The speedy Walsh picks it back up, fires it back up, but it just misses the mark, and Aiden Owen peels it back. Owen back over to Kaiser. Kaiser with that headman pass off of Fekete. The puck is hoisted back out to the red line and back into Valor's end. Robinson watches it as Lobb works into the corner. Kerr steps in from his D position, and Sleds gathers it in and moves it back over to the far side. And back in behind Robinson's cage. Little backhand feed. And stepping in is Deschler. Tipped back to the half boards. And Fort Collins continues to frustrate Valor on that breakout. Over on the far side and back up ice was Walsh, as Walsh almost had Alfieri. Alfieri sweeps back in, and Alfieri steals the puck there as he's surrounded. Alfieri looks to move the puck, but he's tied up into the corner, and Coveney provides some assistance. Puck squirts free, and Sleds is able to sweep at the distance. So we are less than 2 minutes in. Shots on goal, incidentally, 20-11 if you were wondering. But the score favors Fort Collins as they had 3 goals on 10 shots. Uncharacteristic for Cooper Robinson. The steady netminder only yielded 22 goals this season. Alfieri has it swept off his stick. Chasing it down is Barnes. Olick bodies his man up. And Barnes tries to move it back below the line, but Max Bronson, the sophomore, moves it back over to Campos. Campos angles one off the glass, and the bouncing puck is controlled by Coveney. Back over to Alfieri, hoists it back into the Lambkin zone, and Olick banks it off the boards, far side. Coveney recovers, puts a shot on, and the loose puck into the corner Oleg reverses, but to a waiting Coveney. Coveney with the puck, looking for a man in the middle, and it just misses as Coveney comes up with the puck over on the half boards, spin around, shot, and Winborn makes this save. So 14:38 remaining in this third period. Valor trails by a goal. And they look to keep the pressure on. So for Coach Gwozdecki, he's got Majeski's line out there. And Majeski, watch for Majeski and Larson. Larson sets up against the wall. And off the faceoff, puck scramble forward at the dot, and it comes back out. And stretching forward is Terosian. Terosian's able to get a stick on it, past Brown. Brown continues to pressure, and the pass by Galushko hits some traffic, and it's regathered in over on the near side and back up the wall. Terosian yields. Galushko gets tied up as Heiss on that forecheck. Again, Heiss was the one that really disrupted things over on the far side, and this line continues to frustrate Valor as Terosian draws it back in. And that long pass, once again, icing. And so for Coach Gwozdecki, he's going to make that change and get his top line out there one more time. So Coach Riley Nelson, who played 11 years with the Eagles, has his second line out there with Deschler. And he's got Peter Kelly in the slot. Sleds up against the wall. Sleds is hoisted down to the ice as Aiden Owen, pair of sevens go at it. Meanwhile, Wright with the puck as he is cut off on the far side by Kerr, the defenseman. Puck rolls up to the near side. Kaiser with a slap pass. Owen sweeps it back below the line, and Wright with the puck. Wright tries to shake off Campbell, puts it right in front. Fekete looking for it, but the puck is hoisted back out to center. And spinning, Aiden Owen moves it back over. Walsh gets a piece of it. Campbell retrieves, and Winborn protects. Puck comes up to the near side and escapes the zone as Kaiser moves it back as Deschler on the hard forecheck is shaken off. Kaiser past the red, dumps it in, and reverse checks Sleds into the boards. So, and that's going to go for a cross check. So just what Valor did not need is a penalty. And so the captain, Brian Kaiser, gives Fort Collins their second power play of the game. They had one in the first. They're 0 for 1. So Kaiser for a cross, and this one comes at the 13:11 mark of this third period. And there is the shot by Kramer, chopped at, and knifed down by Oleg, who keeps it alive. Puck into the corner. And Lloyd sweeps it and picks it up, as Fort Collins had to tag off. So able to rag a little time off as Lloyd finds the far end of the ice. Walsh, Fekete, Lloyd, and Morona out there for Valor as the breakout pass is beyond the reach. And Oleg picks it back up and sends it back up the wall. It's wrapped around over to the near side. Chasing it back up, and Noah Fekete with the puck on his blade, walks it in. Fekete with a toe drag move and a shot, goal! What a goal by Noah Fekete! And the captain comes up big with a shorthanded goal. Noah Fekete took matters into his own hands, picked up that puck at center ice, and weaved his way in. And you watch this replay as he toe drags, brings it back in, and gets that shot below Winborn. What a goal by Noah Fekete. And it is 3-3 as Valor has come back to tie this game at the 12:30 mark. Fekete with an unassisted goal. I've never seen so many unassisted goals here. Puck has whipped around as there is still 1:09 remaining in Fort Collins power play. And Ryan Kaiser in the box with Noah Fekete's dad, who is manning the box for Valor. Puck comes back over to the near side. Deschler tied up by Larson. Puck into the near side corner. Morona's there. Loose puck poked off the stick, and a race for it to the half boards. Stepping in was Bronson, and Valor sails one the distance with 41 seconds remaining in the power play. 11:50 remaining in the third. Puck is slid back over. Deschler, far side. As Muir chases it down and is able to get to it one more time. Fort Collins with 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Time for one last rush. Near side, Deschler's got it on his blade. Works through center ice, cut off by Barnes. Swept in by Muir, and Muir is able to get enough of it back out. We have a 2-on-2. Barnes back over to Alfieri with a trailer. Finds Muir. Muir sets up, and he takes the pass over to the near side as he sent it over to Barnes. Muir had an opportunity to put a shot on. He goes for that pass, and it was just misses the mark. Power play is over. 11 minutes and counting straight up as Fekete speeds through center. Works it onto the near side, and Fekete feeds it back up high. The blast! And the shot by Lloyd just goes up and over the cage. Lloyd calling for it. Puck is swept back down into the near side. And shoveling it up and out. Lloyd tries to soccer style it there. And he's got the puck in his wickets, doesn't realize it. Coming out with the puck is Nichols. Nichols cut off hard by the smaller Fekete. Lloyd guides it back up to the near side. Alfieri, a backhand feed. Barnes on the march. Barnes far side as he gets tied up at the blue line. Tries to spin it back down low. Alfieri checks off his man. Picks up the puck on his backhand. Olich is there. As Alfieri was out there alone in deep. As Kaiser now steps in. Kaiser back on the ice after that penalty. And boy, it turned out okay for Valor as they get a shorthanded goal out of that. And a terrific one at that with Noah Fekete with some terrific hands. And so Jack Majeski will take this face-off. As Majeski. And it's won by Fort Collins and chased back by Bronson. The sophomore moves it up. Senior defensive captain Ryan Kaiser pinching in. Now he retreats as the puck is moved back over to the far side. Aiden Owen disrupts things, and Majeski touches it back. Kaiser spinning away from Kramer, finds Galushko. Galushko's cross-ice feed, finds Majeski. Hands it back off. Aiden Owen, the defenseman, in on Winborn. Winborn with a routine glove save, hangs on. 9:33 remaining. Shots 25-11. Tie game 3-3. As the tension mounts with every minute that ticks off as Coveney sets in to take the faceoff versus the captain Lob. And the battle for the puck on the dot is controlled by Fort Collins. And spinning it around corner to corner, far side, as Aiden Owen gets taken out by Lob, and the blind feed right through center is picked back up as it's Alfieri. Alfieri takes it wide. Alfieri with a man in the middle, far side dot, cross ice feed is picked off by Campos. Campos is shoved off the puck, and over on the far side, the puck is picked back up, and trying to advance that was Heiss. Heiss, that fourth line out there now with Garner hustling into the corner. Heiss picks up the puck, tries to work it free as he's checked off the play by the senior Kaiser. Cross ice feet glances off Alfieri's boot, and icing is waved off. Olich with time and 8:42 up on the clock. Looks up ahead as that headman pass was a bit of a buddy pass on Tyler Heiss, the junior. So we're coming back to the Fort Collins end with 8:36 remaining in the contest. And face-off specialist Noah Fekete lines up as he's got Walsh reversing there with Wright, and stepping in is Morona. Morona, who has 7 goals this season from his D position. And he steps in over on the far side, gets a piece of it. Fekete punches the puck, and it winds its way around over to the near side. Right. And the puck is jammed up the near side boards. Walsh is there. Lloyd pitchforks it back into the corner. And a 50-50 battle. And it's controlled by 26 Kerr, who's able to muscle the puck up and out of the Fort Collins zone. Carson. Lloyd keeps it along the wall, but this one goes the distance. So Valor now with an icing call and 8:01 up on the clock and a tie game. Anybody's game. Shots 25-11 in favor of Valor. But we've seen it before as Fort Collins has been able to strike. As stepping in to the right-hand side of Cooper Robinson, he readies. Deschler touches that puck, and the shot from the half boards is deflected this time, and out marches Larson. Larson hits the brakes. Larson looking for a trailer, and the bouncing puck. Terosian, the defenseman, in deep. Terosian puts it back down into the corner as Galushko takes a hard check. Play continues. Larson back to Galushko. He's a tough kid. He's back on his skates. Tries to pick up that puck and poke it back up to the wall. And waiting for it there was Muir. He keeps it alive as Galushko is ragdolled down there by Fort Collins, and holding on as Galushko worked it up the wall and seemingly on his own. And Fort Collins is only able to muster one shot on goal this game, or this period. And so Valor sets up on the far right-hand side. Valor this season, shots on goal, they average 38. They're at 25 right now. But they've got 7 minutes to go. What they really want is a goal, and they averaged 4.73 goals this year. Just shy of their mark thus far, as a fourth goal would give them the lead. And chasing the puck over onto the far side, but able to move it back up the near side wall. Puck by Kramer, moved back over, back off a lob stick. And it's Barnes. Barnes tries to find Alfieri right through. Coveney on the doorstep. Coveney had an opportunity to give Valor the lead. And a heck of a save by Winborn as Winborn goes down low and makes that save. So with 6:58 to go in this third period, we are tied at 3 apiece. And Fekete off the faceoff, going up against Lobb, and he wins it back over to Walsh. Touched up, and Kaiser punches it back over to the far side. Aiden Owen jumped into the play. The puck in deep now. Walsh chases down his man. Kaiser steps all the way in. Inside of Campos, creates some space, and Kaiser trying to work it down low. Kaiser back behind the cage as he's bodied up by Campbell, the big defenseman. Gets some help from right on the bottom side. Back over to Aiden Owen. Aiden Owen in deep. Puck stymied. Right, spinning, and the backhand feed is taken off the blade and back out to center by Fort Collins. Ryan Kaiser wants to keep the pressure on him, walks it in as he walks into a check by Kerr. The puck gets in deep, and Conway back up to the far side. Valor doing a terrific job keeping this puck inside of the zone, but unable to get scoring opportunities off of that as the puck finally comes back to center, and Aiden Owen guides it back up to Fekete. Fekete from a sharp angle, this bouncing puck is gloved down and chopped back up, but not out. Carson Lloyd fresh off the bench as he avoids the check and begins to work down low. Fekete takes the point, and Walsh. Meanwhile, the puck is hoisted up and over as it glances off of Fekete's glove and back down to the Valor end. Nicholas Morona tries to exit, picks up the loose puck, and brings it back in. As he avoids Nichols' check, he gets it in deep. Max Bronson back over to the far side, takes a Valor bounce as it hangs up on the half boards over on the far side. As the puck just splits the T, and Carson Lloyd almost brought it in. 4:59 remaining in this third period. We're tied 3 apiece. The third line out there for Coach Gwozdecki. He's got Majeski going up against the fourth line for this Fort Collins team. And this Fort Collins fourth line has given Valor fits. Olick guides it back as he one-hands it. Finds the glass, pass Lloyd, but an alert Majeski puts it right back in deep. And the forecheck in on Max Bronson. Bronson is able to get it up to the wall. Majeski pushes it right back down onto Winborn, and Winborn holds for the whistle. So for Valor, they'll counter with their top line one more time in an offensive zone faceoff to the left-hand side of Noah Winborn. Winborn only yielded 29 goals this season out of 388 shots. Puck comes back up. It's Aiden Owen looking for a lane. That shot glances off the official over on the near side, and Owen punches it back in as he was being pressured by Kramer back up high. Oleg working out of the near side corner, sweeps it back to center. Campos puts it in deep and back behind the cage, and the puck and the pass right in front as a petty play by Lobb, as Lobb had a no-look pass, and you never know when those are going to go off the goalie or the defenseman, find its way to the back of the cage. No shot is a bad shot at this point. You're 4:05, and if you're Fort Collins, you've got an offensive zone face-off. And now it's Coach Gwozdecki's going to counter as he's going to bring out Coveney to take this face-off. Coveney going up against Campos, and Coveney tries to force it. Lobb's got it. Lobb far side as it's knifed off his stick by Henry Barnes. Barnes is able to shovel it back up to the red line. It's punched in, and Fort Collins goes for a line change, and Valor has time. 3:48 as Aiden Owen angles one hard off the boards. Henry Barnes up high, sleds taken into the boards. Coveney's got it. His pass deflected. Here comes Kaiser. Kaiser walks it in. Puck comes back over to the near side. Coveney back to Kaiser, but Kaiser disrupted by Sleds. Sleds has been a thorn in the side of this Valor team as the loose puck sleds right in front. Shot just misses as it bounces up and over. Scramble in front of the cage. Bodies tumbling. And with the puck, Robinson's got it as Kaiser introduces himself to Lance Deschler. Senior to senior down there, battling with 3:14 remaining. And we talked about it. Tyler Sleds, the junior right winger, seems to always be on the puck, delivers hard checks, and generally makes life miserable for Valor. So Deschler will take this faceoff as he's going up against the senior, Jack Majeski. Puck is down. It's won by Fort Collins right in as Campbell's soft shot found its way to the cage. Over on the far side, Larson tries to get a stick on it. Bouncing puck, and it's a jump ball there. Poked free. Campbell's got it. Campbell right on target. Robinson snags it. So another face-off deep in Valor territory. And for Coach Gwozdecki, he's got the last change. And he's going to keep Majeski's line out there as they're going up against Trent Dobson. Dobson, that third line for Fort Collins. And off the face-off, battle on the boards. Puck is picked up and it's hoisted up and out of the zone. Given chase is Larson. Campbell gets to it first. Campbell is able to wedge it back out to center. On the far side, Galushko battling with Campbell. That's been a familiar battle. Galushko continues to work. Gets the pass off Majeski with the shot up and over. As Majeski got that shot up high on Winborn, he seemed to fight it off a little bit as he was down low. You get a good look on this replay from Winborn's view. And Winborn going down low, and he goes back up high to make that save with the left glove. 2:36 remaining in this third period. Tie game, Valor Fort Collins. The rematch continues. Puck is in deep. Oleg with it. Shovels it over to the near side. Brooks Wright comes up with the puck and finds Kaiser. Kaiser guides it along the wall. Past Oleg. In deep. Walsh tries to snake it past Oleg. Oleg snuffs it out. Puts it into the far side corner. Brooks Wright with a feed. Bounces back over to Kaiser. Top of the circle. Breadbasket saved by Winborn. He keeps it a tie game with 2:12 remaining in this third. Valor's doubled up Fort Collins on shots, 30-15. It doesn't matter. It is a tie game late in this third period. Championship berth at stake. Walking in, Aiden Owen right in front. Coveney scores, and it's Brooks Wright. Brooks Wright scores, and Valor leads with 2:06 remaining. That pass right through as Aiden Owen goes down and puts the puck right in the slot. Brooks Wright digs it out, and on his backhand he scores. Brooks Wright scores from Aiden Owen, and Valor has stormed back and has a 1-goal lead as Wright gets his second goal of the game and his 14th goal of the season. And at 2:03 remaining in the contest, Valor looks to hold off Fort Collins. Fort Collins, with 2 minutes remaining, needs a goal. Puck in deep. Kaiser pool cues it back to the end wall. Walsh speeds out on the far side, and there's Tyler Sleds. Sleds delivers a check. Kaiser reverses, and the puck back below as it's fed up ice, and here comes Coveney. Coveney walks in. Coveney pings the post. Coveney drags it back out to center and rags some time off as the puck is deflected and up and into the capacity crowd. What a game. Fort Collins gets 2 early goals, and Valor claws their way back into this. And with 1:17 remaining in the contest, Riley Nelson and Jason Beatty take their timeout. And there is Nelson gathering the troops in on one side. Coach Gwozdecki, in his 7th year at Valor, looking for their 3rd consecutive 5A hockey state championship, gathers his troops in. He's got Adrian Wiedemann with him, as well as Jeff Martin on the bench. And so Riley Nelson gives his troops their final instructions. We've got it, so let's set the stage for you. Riley Lobb is out there. He's got 7 goals this season. Jason Campos on the right-hand side. Gabe Kramer on the left. And at the blue line, it's going to be Tristan Olick and number 11, Max Bronson. In goal right now is Winborn. So at what point Riley Nelson gathers the troops in and says, get it in deep, get control. And we're going to see Winborn make his way to the bench. And off the face-off, Lobb takes on Coveney. The loose puck squirts free, and Bronson sails it in. Getting there first is Aiden Owen. Owen has it within his skates, but can't move the puck. Puck comes back up as the extra attacker is on. The shot, loose puck, hoisted back to the far side. As Barnes gets there first, Coveney sweeps in. As they chase the puck back into the corner, Aiden Owen is able to get it up and out, but it's going to go for an icing call. So with 44 seconds and the clock moved at least a second or 2, possibly 3. And so the officials, aware of this, converge. And if they had Shaw Hockey Productions, they would know exactly how many seconds ticked off. So, and it appears Valor's now going to take their timeout as Adrian Wiedemann gives the signal. What a game. And so they put back on 3 seconds, so we're back up to 47 seconds. And I think we all agree that's the right move. So let's set the stage for you again. And we look on that Valor bench to see who's out there. And right now, you've got Majeski as well as Aiden Owen. And you're going to have Ryan Kaiser out there, some senior leadership. And this all-important face-off with 47 seconds remaining. And let us remind Valor of the game versus Castleview. The game versus Castleview, where Castleview got a last-second goal to force an overtime and got a regular season win. So let's see if Valor has learned anything from that. And if they're able to get that puck and angle it and avoid the icing. So same lineup for Fort Collins with the addition there of Deschler, who's going to take this face-off versus Fekete. Fekete wins the face-off, and it's punched back to the wall. Kaiser wraps it around over to the near side. Bronson gets a piece of it, but it's wedged back out. 39 seconds remaining as Majeski chases down Oleg. Puck is picked back up and moved cross ice. Off a lob skate, and Aiden Owen draws him in, sends it back out to center. Deschler pickpocketed by Walsh, and the loose puck back down, but it was offsides. So Kaiser, who had the puck and plenty of ice around him, could have ragged more time off. Riley Nelson will change things up as he brings on Sleds and Kelly. Campos is off. And so another face-off with 22.3 seconds. And this time, it's chased back to the Fort Collins end. Oleg with the puck. As it's bounced off of Lob's stick, he recovers. Bronson winds it in. Held up by Robinson. Robinson moves it up the near side. Fekete gets to it. Kelly's there. Bronson holds. Puck back into the near side corner. Holding on. That does it. Valor moves on to the state championship game as the pile up in the net to our right-hand side. And Valor comes back and beats Fort Collins for the third consecutive year. Fort Collins' dreams ends at the hands of Valor. But it was a valiant effort as Noah Winborn faced 32 shots, yielding 4 goals, and Valor comes back. And Robinson stops the Tide in that second period and holds off Fort Collins here for the win. Again, goals by Majeski. Wright gets 2. Fekete gets a beautiful, beautiful shorthanded goal, making it 4-3. So make sure you join us for the state championship, and that is Tuesday evening. And just checking the time is at 8 p.m., same time as this. So final score, Valor wins 4-3 and moves on to the state championship final versus Denver East. Should be quite a matchup. This is Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Thanks for watching. Mike Shaw on camera tonight, along with all of those replays. Final score, 4-3, Valor wins.